So, superhero fatigue is a phenomenon that has been going on for the past couple of years, and this week for the box office has been pretty bad. Also, Joker 2 dropped a massive amount as well, but there was literally only 7 movies to talk about, unless we haven't had all the updated movies. But Venom isn't really doing too well at the box office. This movie was supposed to open to 65 million, but even then, the global projections. This movie actually overperformed the global projections. Yes, this movie overperformed the global projections despite underperforming in the US. I think this is mostly because it's the film released in China, which again the first movie was very successful in China, which means I think this movie should be able to break even without a huge US total, because kind of like of Alien, this movie is gonna need its international box office to be successful. I think a $300 million global is very, very likely, which means this movie will likely break even, regardless if you like the movie or not. The budget is pretty low, only $110 million, which, yes, it's still a lot of money spent on a movie, but considering the fact that the Marvels cost $250 million to make, or Fast X cost $300 million to make, or heck, even Deadpool and Wolverine cost $200 million to make, and Inside Out 2 as well, and Joker 2. Well, Venom The Last Dance is a reasonable budget, which is something we should bring back in movies. Okay? Because the movie only needs to make at least around $260 million to break even, and it's almost all the way there. And also, it will likely make $100 million domestically as well, and also make at least $200 million internationally, which means $300 million at the bare minimum as well. Also, there wasn't really much movies coming out until the November weeks, which there are 2 potential $1 billion grossing movies there. We're not gonna name those movies names, but yeah, they're saying that both Wicked and Moana, okay, we named the movies names, could make $1 billion, which will be very interesting because usually you sometimes get a Thanksgiving, $1 billion grossing movie, but it's very well. But you have 2 potential movies that could make $1 billion, which is going to be pretty pleasing for people who track the box office as well. Considering that only 2 movies this year have passed this, milestone, Despicable Me 4 did not, unfortunately, but it was Deadpool and Wolverine and Inside Out 2. Those are the only 2 movies, as of now, to pass the $1 billion mark as well. But this is the last Venom movie, which means we're likely not seeing another Venom movie ever again, at least for a while. And also, I'm actually kind of glad they're ending the Venom franchise because I do not think this franchise would have lasted 4-5 entries. Okay? And usually sometimes when movie franchises go on, people do get sick of them, but I think Venom is one of the few that no matter what they, for example, the Blade franchise, the last one made like $8-10 million in its opening and made so little money, despite the first 2 movies being super successful. Venom 1 and 2 were super successful movies, and it seems that globally, this movie has been doing very, very well. $175 million, which is far better than movies like Joker 2 and the Marvels. But yep, that's what this video here. Oh wait. Okay. Oh wait. We're done with the Venom. Okay. Oh, we have other movies that to talk about. Oops, I'm sorry. But Smile 2 is making money, I think, and the movie has made $83 billion globally, which is a pretty good amount of money made. Again, we don't know if this movie will have the same amount of sales as the first movie. The first movie was kind of a sleeper hit, but this movie made $40 million domestically. Again, it's another horror sequel that's underperforming the first movie. But yeah, that's about Smile 2. And I think we'll also do pretty well next weekend as Halloween. Next week, because Halloween is around. Next is Conclave, which is a religious movie. I heard some really bad things about this movie. And no surprise, no one went to go see this movie. And next is The Wild Robot, which has made $242 million globally, which means this movie has broken even. It has made $111 million domestically. This movie has had insanely good ratings, unlike the other one, which is Transformers 1. But this movie has done pretty well as well. So The Wild Robot did pretty well at the box office, making $111 million. And see, this is what happens when they make a good movie and actually advertise it correctly. Okay. And The Wild Robot has made a decent amount of money. So yeah, that's about The Wild Robot. Next is We Live in Time. And yeah, this movie isn't really doing too well, all things considered. It's funny, they always have these rated movies that reach like 6 feeders, and then there's like, the interest fades out. Like, they just release it all at once. Like, it just doesn't make any sense, but movie made $11 million. Don't know the budget for the movie, but probably like $10 to $20 million. This means this movie is a flop by A24. Next is Terrifier 3, which has made $44 million domestically and $50 million globally. And the budget is $2 million. So this movie has made a huge amount of money globally. Next is Beetlejuice, which is nearing the end of its run. It'll probably make a decent more money because of Halloween, but the movie has made $438 million globally. Again, another IP that's very popular in America, but international audiences don't give two shits about, like Twister. But this movie has done better internationally and actually even domestically. But I think this is because this is a Halloween movie, a very popular Halloween movie, so it isn't too surprising that it's still doing very well because it's a Halloween movie. You know, very popular, a sequel to a very popular Halloween movie. Which again, a lot of people like Halloween. So, yeah. That's about this video here, and goodbye. Finally.